TYT Sports, everybody. Ben Mankiewicz, thanks for joining me. So Derrick Mason, the wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, was on 105.7, The Fan in Baltimore, and he took a shot at Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner. He called him a joke, and I got no beef with the NFL players taking on Roger Goodell, the commissioner. They're in a significant labor dispute. There's a lockout. But Derrick Mason makes an idiotic point here, not about calling Roger Goodell a joke. But I tell you what, listen to the audio here and about what Derrick Mason has to say. The question posed to Derrick Mason is, Roger Goodell goes to a high school in Baltimore and talks about that there should be HGH testing, human growth hormone testing, which requires a blood test. Here's Derrick Mason's response.
You to give a quart of blood to do it. We're talking about a tablespoon or so of blood. So if a 13-year-old gymnast or figure skater can handle getting the blood test, I think our players should be able to do so as well.
So here's Derrick Mason's crazy point about that. First of all, he acknowledges that there needs to be an even playing field, that there shouldn't be a competitive advantage. But then he points out that Roger Goodell only should be focusing on the labor dispute. But let me tell you something. We're grown-up people in this country, and we can focus on two things at once. And Roger Goodell going to a high school and pointing out that there should be a test to make sure that professional athletes, football players, aren't taking human growth hormone. You know what? Roger Goodell can do both of those things. He can make a point that in the next collective bargaining agreement, there ought to be efficient steroid testing, and there ought to be testing for HGH, which requires a blood test. And that's not a significant invasion of privacy, I got to tell you. That we ought to have HGH testing. We need HGH testing because you can get around HGH testing. Right now, there's probably still a significant HGH problem in Major League Baseball because they don't do a blood test. We can still focus on that. He can make that point, and they can still try to do a collective bargaining agreement. And Derrick Mason is missing that point. He can still say that Roger Goodell's a joke, and we can acknowledge that that's the point. And if you want there to be a lack of a competitive advantage, then acknowledge that maybe we ought to have a blood test for HGH. Two separate points. Derrick Mason ought to acknowledge that.